Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today in this beautiful Catholic church in Millwood, Missouri. I've been working here for a while, and I'm finishing up this last day. And as I sat here, I grew up around here. Well, I grew up in a town called Troy, but my grandparents lived up here. And I remember when I was a child, I could hear the church bells ringing out here. And I never went to church, but my grandma and grandpa went. I might have went once in a while on Easter or something. But as I sit here and I think of all the people that were in here through the years, all the troubles they had, many have passed away now. And many people were so caught up in their troubles, as you have been and myself have been too. We let things bother us so much, mostly something in the future that we're worried about happening, or something in the past that we can't change. And we waste the present moment. You know, a lot of us talk about, or a lot of creators talk about present moment, living in the present moment. It's a challenge. But if you think about it right now, unless you're in terribly severe pain, which most of us aren't, the present moment is okay. If you live in a first world country like the U.S., your stomach is full, you have a house, most of us have a car, or we have public transportation. If you don't have something to eat, it's because you don't want to ask for food, because there's food pantries all over the country. It's not like that in many parts of the world. I would say in most parts of the world. But we live here in an abundant country. We are so abundant that what do we have? 75% of people are obese or overweight. We can't help from getting fat. It's difficult. I have to be careful myself. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the tasty foods too. But you can't eat for pleasure all the time. It's like everything else, too much pleasure. What is it? He who loves pleasure will suffer want. That's a quote right out of the Big Black Book. And I'm not a religious guy. I'm just happen to be in this Catholic church. I think most, if not all religions, maybe not all, but all have good points, and some have what some people might consider downsides. But it's easy to discount everything about religion because of certain things you don't like, and certain ways it's been used to actually kill people and destroy people's lives. But on the reverse side, many people have used it to create great things, to build great nations, and to conquer themselves, which is much more important than conquering anything out there in life. He who conquers himself is greater than he who conquers a city. In a lot of those religious texts, you'll find a lot of wisdom in there. Unless, of course, you want to have contempt before investigation, which keeps us in everlasting ignorance. But the choice is always yours. How do you want to perceive something? I'm in this big old quiet church, and I can sit here and think about my problems and my troubles, or my victories, my defeats, my accomplishments, my achievements, or I can try to connect with, let's say, the spirits, or the personalities or attitudes of the people who have been coming here for years. And I can dwell deeply into what they might have been thinking or what was going through their minds, the joys, the struggles, the weddings, the funerals. I've been to a few funerals here myself. The choice is mine. Whatever I focus on, my experience grows. But I choose to sit here and think about connecting with all the people who have been here through all the years, through their hopes, their dreams, their failures, their defeats. It takes all these to make a wonderful, fulfilling life. You know, I compare it to a movie. I do that a lot. If you went to a movie and the main character got everything he wanted, successful, rich, beautiful woman, great kids, healthy, happy, that'd be a boring-ass movie. Your life is that movie. It takes it all. It takes it all. And you're the director, the producer, the actor. You're the main character. You can make it any way you want to. But it begins with changing your thoughts by contemplation. Contemplation of the people around you. Contemplation of the great thinkers of the world. Contemplation of everything. And a realistic view of what life is about, but realizing that your imagination can make it into anything you desire. You just have to have faith, as they say, or belief. According to your belief, it is done unto you. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Think and grow rich. There's the secret right there. Think and grow rich. What are you thinking about today? What are you dwelling upon? Your successes, your achievements, your accomplishments, or your failures and your defeats? The choice is always yours. No one can force you to think. You are the king of this kingdom between your ears. And whatever goes on there will be reflected in your outer world as manifest reality. So think about that today as I leave here with all the spirits and the thoughts and the longings and the hopes and the joy of all the people who have sat here through all these years. And sometimes if you really get discouraged, go to a graveyard. All those people had problems, bigger problems than yours. And what do those problems mean now? Nothing. Most of them struggled more than you are struggling now. Many of them suffered great losses. You're still here. You still have an opportunity to do something with your life, no matter how old you are. So don't give up. Remember, don't give up. Get up and never give up. Take care.